Good evening, everyone. I am Shamoya Grant, and I will be doing the introduction and conclusion of this presentation. We are the six holistic practitioners, Miss Raquel Barnes and Diane Shaggs from the Cayman Islands, Miss Samantha McSween from Grenada, Miss Chantel Lovell from St. Martin, Miss Merlena Raymond from St. Lucia, and myself, Miss Shamoya Grant from Montserrat. Our e-tutor is Miss Jessica John for the course of Health, Safety and Nutrition. And we will be presenting on the importance of creating and maintaining a safe and stimulating environment. During our presentation, we will explain Bronner's theory and highlight how it can help educators to plan for the early childhood environment. Outline two environmental factors that pose challenges to a safe preschool environment. State two potential signs that children may display if their environment at home is not safe, and share three tips that parents can implement to ensure safety at home. At the end of our presentation, you will be engaged in a closing activity. I will now hand over to Raquel.
Hello, I am Raquel Barnes, and I am here to present to you the Bronfenbrenner's theory, where I am going to discuss with you how educators can use this theory to plan for early childhood education and how this will help the children within their environment. Bronfenbrenner theory is said to be the study of children in multiple environments, which is also known as the ecological system, in an attempt to understand their development. Bronfenbrenner's ecological system therefore has been created into 5 different stages. They are microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, macrosystem, and the chronosystem. The first part of Bronfenbrenner's theory states that the microsystem is the smallest and the most immediate environment in which children live. This comprises of school, home, daycare, peer groups, and community. The system involves a personal relationship with teachers, classmates, caregivers, and family. Therefore, if two children are grown in a microsystem, it is likely that they will grow in the same manner. The second Bronfenbrenner theory is the mesosystem, which is used to link both parents and children and also involves the teachers, communities, and family. Bronfenbrenner noted that when there is a strong involvement of parent to parent, which entails the child's friends and spending time among each other, will bring a positive effect through harmony and like-mindedness. We should also note that if the parents dislike the child's friends or parents, the child will experience disequilibrium and conflicting emotions, which is negative for their development. The third Bronfenbrenner theory is the exosystem. This setting does not actively participate in such as the environment. It also influences a child indirectly that causes it also influences a child indirectly. The cause of this can be seen through a loss of parent or friend, parents unable to spend enough time with the child. This can be through divorce, loss of parent through death, moving from one state or country to another, leaving family members. The fourth Bronfenbrenner theory suggests that having the most distant collection of family in places far away can still have a strong influence on children. This system has a lot to do with the pattern and values demonstrated by family members. It also has a dominant belief that children in warlike areas will experience a different kind of environment from a child in a peaceful environment. It has been noted that children grown in a loving environment are more likely to succeed as their mind will be settled and ready to grasp learning concepts. Children learning Children grown in a disturbed environment will have trouble settling down and will create forms of mischief to get to their teachers and peers' attention. The last theory is the Bruffin-Brenner's chronosystem, which may or will include the status or address and employment status and sudden change within the society. With this, we can see a diversity of interrelated influence on the children's development. Children who are constantly being bullied and terrified, victims at home and at school, based on the child's behavior, they are placed under close watch to observe their attitude and behavior towards each other. And with this system, it has brought out a negative effect on the children.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Samantha McSween. Today we'll be discussing two environmental factors that pose challenges to a safe preschool environment.
Environmental factors play a vital role in supporting or hindering young children, whether it is at home or preschool. Two such factors are unsafe drinking water, poor sanitation, and air pollution, both indoors and outdoors. Unsafe drinking water or poor sanitation. According to the Population Reference Bureau 2002, vulnerabilities due to the negative effects of environmental factors become a problem due to lack of protective policies and lack of public health and medical interventions. In fact, it is believed that short-term remedies can save lives, and addressing the basic key factors can provide long-term changes. Unsafe drinking or poor sanitation occur from contaminated water that is consumed, which can lead to many fatal diseases such as diarrhea. Diarrhea is one of the most deadly diseases caused by poor sanitation. It can cause deaths in children under the age of 5, primarily due to dehydration. Although diarrhea can cause death in adults as well as underage children, many have survived the illness, but it leaves them underweight and drained of energy. Now we go to air pollution. According to the World Health Organization, it is believed that air pollution is one of the leading causes of chronic disease, as it is cited in Health and Environmental Alliance 2019. Outdoor and indoor air pollution can also be an environmental factor to a preschool environment and pose challenges to children. This can occur if the preschool is close to the road. The constant flow of traffic can lead to pollutants and can get into the classroom, polluting the classroom. The indoor environment cannot be separated from the outside world, as stated in Health and Environment Alliance 2019. Proper ventilation is needed to avoid the loss of concentration and decrease the productivity. Moreover, it is known that as long as outdoor air quality is polluted, it will be a struggle for schools to obtain a good indoor air quality. The outdoor environment needs to be kept clean to promote good air quality indoors so that the children can learn and develop a healthy lifestyle.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chantel Lovell. This evening, I will be looking at two signs children might display if their environment is not safe. Thank you. As educators and parents, we're all aware of the importance of the early years of a child's life. The experience a child encounters during his or her early years determines how the brain develops. That is one of the main reasons why children should receive nurturing and responsive care during their early years. Signs children might display if their environment is not safe: aggression, which leads to anxiety and depression. When children are exposed to unsafe environment, it disrupts the circuit in the brain, which leads to delayed brain development and impaired learning in many cases. Children oftentimes become aggressive because they have difficulty dealing with frustration. We all know how it is as adults when we are frustrated. And one of the main reasons why children resort to aggression is it sometimes it seems as if it's the easiest way out. Because when you can't verbally express yourself for people to understand what you're saying, it makes you frustrated, it makes you angry. So the first thing you're gonna think on how to get out all that energy, all that anger is through aggression. Aggression oftentimes leads to disruptive behavior, which not only affect children during their early years, but disruptive behavior, it goes on to adulthood. So many adults today that are dysfunctional citizens in society, it's because of a foundation cause. It just did not happen as an adult. Majority of the time is the experiences they had during their early childhood. Another sign children might display when their environment is not safe is problems with brain development. Reason for this is when children are exposed to abuse, neglect, or trauma, it changes the brain structure and it also changes the chemical functions of the brain. When the chemical function of the brain changes, it may cause delay in the holistic development of the child. Here are a few examples. It may cause impaired learning. It may cause poor social skill. It may also cause poor muscle coordination. Children not being able to reach their developmental milestone between fine and gross motor skills within a certain period. It also causes delayed language development.
Hello everyone, my name is Milana Raymond and I am responsible for presenting to you 3 tips that parents can utilize to ensure their children are kept in a safe home environment. 3 home safety tips. According to Safe Kids Worldwide, the following tips are essential to ensure safety at home. 1. Poison prevention. Parents must make every effort to ensure that all household products and cleaning agents are kept out of children's reach and sight. Most of the poisonings that occur in the home take place when parents or caregivers are momentarily distracted or they are not paying attention to the area where children play. To minimize such occurrences, it is important that cleaning agents and other potentially poisonous household products be placed in cabinets with child safety locks. Albeit the locks can malfunction, parents should make certain that the items being housed in these cabinets or storage areas also possess child-resistant packaging or child safety locks and lids so children don't pry them open easily. It is also important to ensure that the household detergents or products are kept in their original packaging so they do not look excessively appealing like candy, perfume, or other paraphernalia that children may be interested in. 2. Fire safety. All electronic appliances should be unplugged after use and stored in an area that is inaccessible to children. To avoid electrical fires, it is important to ensure that children are unable to reach the electronic outlets. Parents should make certain that any cords which are plugged whilst children are around are not connected to any household appliances which produce heat, lest the children suffer scalding burns. Fire extinguishers and smoke alarms should be placed at strategic points in the home, so in the event that a fire breaks loose, there are measures to combat it. 3. Water safety. All tubs should be drained as soon as bath time is over. No child should be left unsupervised finishing off a bath or playing with their toys, because this runs the risk of a toddler drowning. Children need to be monitored, especially when visiting the washroom. Because of their inquisitive nature, children have the tendency to fiddle with the water that is found in the toilet bowls. If this water is consumed, it runs the risk of the child contracting diseases such as cholera. It is also important to ensure that if there is a pool around the house, it has to be properly fenced off so that the child does not go venturing outside and exploring these water bodies, which runs the risk of them drowning if they are not able to swim. It is also important to ensure that children are actively supervised when they are around water that can submerge them. So every child.
According to Norman J., it takes a caring community to raise a child. And so, in concluding, Bronfenbrenner's theory encourages unity between parents, teachers, children, and by extension, the community, and is an effective method to help educators plan for the early childhood environment. Poor sanitation and air pollution are two environmental factors that cause death in children and adults and pose significant challenges to preschool environments. Depression and aggression are two signs that children display when their home environment is not safe. And to ensure safety at home, parents must store all household products and cleaning agents out of the reach of children, unplug electrical appliances after use, and store out of the reach of children, and never leave tubs with water. We thank you all for being here, and I hope that the information shared will help you to create and plan for the early childhood environment. Please stay tuned. I'll now hand over to Diane.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Diane Shant, and I'm going to present on 5 points staff can recall after the presentation. Okay, teachers, we have come to the end of our presentation, but now we're going to have some activities. What I'll do, I'm going to divide it into 4 groups. However, there are 5 activities, but the last activity will be a general activity, open up activity. So I'm going to divide it into 4 groups, and each group will get 1. So the first group will get on poor sanitation. So you're going to unscramble the words and match the picture, and the words will be like to prevent outbreak of disease. So what the best practice? So you're going to have, the first one will be, yes, wash hand, right. The second one, yeah, janitor. So use the janitor to clean up, good. The third one is garbage disposal. Very good, and that means that you must remove your garbage. The other one, hand soap. So you use hand soap each time you use the bathroom. After the bathroom, you're eating, etc. Good. And the last one is the big one. Yeah, personal hygiene. So you gotta bathe and do all of that, brush your teeth, have clean clothes and everything. Very good, group one. Well done. Group two, you're gonna create a scenario around the pictures that depicting. So around the aggression and depression. So you will see the little boy crying, the little girl in distress, and the two boys fighting, and there you see the mom and the child in some disagreement. So you're going to create a scenario around that. And group three, the mesosystem, discuss what is happening in the picture. And there you could see the child is in the middle. Yes, the child is the focus of the environment, right? So the child will connect to all of these pictures. So the first one is the teacher and the parent and the child. So that is the school community involvement. And there you have the two girls playing together. Could be a boy as well, but you have two of them playing together. It could be an overnight situation or just a playmate where they after school they will meet and play together after school. And there you see the mother and the child in some conflicting situation. And in this case, the mother does not want the child to talk to the neighbor or the neighbor's child, and the child feel that that is not right. She have a right to socialize with anybody she would feel comfortable with. The other one is you can see the family together. So you have the mother, the father, and the two children reading a book at home. And the other picture is showing that is you see parents with their kids, and so they're having some real social interaction there. And there you see the diversity of different culture, so people, you may in this discussion you hear different discussion. So the child is the center here and the child is the focus. So the child should grow up in such an environment to make his or her happy. And the fourth activity, safety at home. Write a short paragraph on the two pictures stating the correct way. And as you look at the picture, you can see that those two pictures are a no-no at home. So you see the chemicals where they are stored, no. And the little boy use the plug, the outlet is open and he has a electrical device plugging into the wall. That's a no. So at home supervision should be on the top, the priority in when you have children at home, to prevent them from getting danger. All right, the last activity is a fun one. Wriggle me this, wriggle me that, guess me this wriggle or perhaps not. Okay, the first wriggle is, what is in nature and can be found in books? So you're going to look at the picture and tell me which one is corresponding to that question. Yes, the answer is Bronfenbrenner's theory. Not sure if I call that word correctly. What can burn and is not a fire? Oh yes, chemical. Very good. What can crawl and cannot be seen with naked eyes? Yes, for sure. Bacteria. And that's the blue picture out there. Yes. And the last one, life necessity is both of us, but we can be dangerous to school and home environment. Who are we? Oh, bright teachers. Yes, water and fire. Okay, thank you teachers for your participation. It was a well presented presentation and I hope you find it informative and imparted to your students and parents when you meet them. I thank you.